Howdy ho motherfuckers, Overman back up in this bitch. So yesterday I watched the failure of a live stream that Bungie tried to do and a few of the videos by the YouTubers that got early access to the Prison of Elders a couple of weeks ago. And after seeing all those things, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I'm excited to try it out. I like that Bungie has added a new experience, and I also like that there's 3 challenge modes for the arena. This is nice because it'll give me a few more weekly activities to do. But let's get to the point. So it's good. But is it good enough? As a side weekly activity, yes, absolutely. But as a main weekly activity, I say no. And what I mean is that the raids have been my main weekly activity. That's my primary activity. It's what I look forward to after the weekly resets. The Nightfalls are a secondary weekly activity for me. I don't look forward to them as much because they're very monotonous and I'm just sick of them, to be honest, because the gameplay experience in there isn't all that great. It's basically just kill a bunch of shit, don't die, and there's not much depth to it like there is in the raids. And that's the problem. The thing about the raids was that, like I said, there was nothing else in the game that was even close to the type of experience that you got in the raids. And while the Prison of Elders is technically a new experience in Destiny thanks to the new modifiers, the different modifiers for each round, the objectives, aside from that one VIP objective which is basically just telling you to shoot this one guy with rockets. And speaking of rockets, they drop a rocket launcher in there which you can choose to or not to use, which I think is cool. And you've got the new boss mechanics, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's something different. So while I think that some of these elements could have been better, I think that they're good enough to make the Prison of Elders a cool new experience, and that's pretty much why I'm excited for it. However, Prison of Elders desperately needs these elements because its base experience is the exact same as everything else in Destiny. It's basically a giant clusterfuck of enemies, and the general idea is the same as the other content in the game, which is kill shit, don't die. And like I said, this is the same type of experience that you can find in many other places in Destiny. One example of this is in the Undying Mind strike. In the second section, where you have like 50 fucking majors thrown at you at the same time, the first time I played that strike, it was fucking great. I was so surprised at all of the shit being thrown at me at one time. I was giggling like a child, and I was like, damn, this is fucking intense. But that was because it took me by surprise, like I said, and even though I had fun the first time, that shit got old real quick. That intense feeling that I had the first time I ran through it was lost on the second and third runs. At that point, it just became really annoying and tedious because I saw it for what it was. It was just a bunch of bullet sponge enemies because they were all yellow bars. Now, I'm not saying that the Prison of Elders is gonna get boring after just a couple of run-throughs, because it does have all those bells and whistles to keep it entertaining for, I think, at least a month, maybe even 2. And what I'm trying to say is that the strikes are kind of like some cars. You know, the car manufacturer will make this car available at a lower price, but it will have none of the bells and whistles that you want. It won't have the navigation, the good seats, the good engine, the heated mirrors, the automatic transmission, Bluetooth, cruise control, etc. It won't have any of the features that you wanted. So then you'll have to upgrade and buy the more expensive, fully loaded model, because that's the way the car was intended to be experienced. That was the car that was designed, and then they stripped it down and sold you the base model for a little bit less. Now, House of Wolves is gonna cost just as much as the Dark Below, so that's not what I mean there. What I'm getting at is that this is how the strikes should have been. Prison of Elders is what the strikes should have been like, because Prison of Elders has the dynamic modifiers and the objectives and things like that that change up the gameplay. The strikes don't do that. The strikes are exactly the same every time you play them, unless it's on Nightfall, where it's the same most of the time because they only have certain combinations of modifiers. For example, you'll never see Arc Burn on the Valista Arc strike, but you'll always see Light Switch and Angry. Now, this is both a criticism and a compliment. I criticize the strikes that they put in this game because the strikes, they're not very good. You just kill all the things and get it over with as fast as possible. I compliment them for fixing it and adding the Prison of Elders in, because I think the Prison of Elders does the kill all the things type of content right. It's got the modifiers and the objectives to vary up the gameplay experience after a few times. But that's the thing, at the end of the day, it's still a kill all the things type of activity. And you could say the same about the raid, but not really, because in the Abyss section, you don't necessarily have to kill anything. You could stealth your way through there. You don't have to kill any of the Thrall, you just need to run from them and make it from lamp to lamp, and then make it to the bridge, then build the bridge, and last long enough so that you can make it over the bridge, and then make it to the second section of the raid. And you see all of that just happened in the first section of that raid. You'll never see anything like that in the Prison of Elders, because at the end of the day, all you need to do is just kill shit. You need to bring the damage, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Bring the damage, kill the things, and complete the objectives. And that's not necessarily bad. Like I said many times in this video, I am happy about the Prison of Elders. I'm excited to try it out, but I'm longing for that new raid experience, because the raid brings something to Destiny that isn't found anywhere else in Destiny. And that's what I think this DLC needed a lot. And that's how I think this DLC could have been so much better. If they offered Prison of Elders and a new raid, I'd shut the fuck up. Or maybe I'd complain about something else. Who knows? But I'd be much happier, because now I'm just gonna get a bunch of horde mode activities, and yeah, I'll play in the arena, and I'll probably suck it up and do the nightfall so I can get my rewards. But after that, what else am I gonna do? Because I'm not gonna need anything from the other raids. I pretty much have everything I want. As soon as I get that Word of Crota, I'm done. What am I gonna go back and do there? I want a new raid, and I should stop bitching about it because I know I'm not getting it, but I feel like Bungie owes us. I really do, because I think they really fucked us with the vanilla game, and they also fucked us with the Dark Below, because the Dark Below was a piece of shit, and the vanilla game wasn't that great either. The Vault of Glass was awesome, but all the other content was kind of meh. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think they still owe us, or do you think I'm just being an entitled piece of shit? So now back to the point of this video, the title. Is the Prison of Elders gonna be good enough? That really depends. As you can tell from me, it's not good enough. I want a fucking raid. I want content with some fucking depth to it, not just kill all the things really quick before they kill you, because arc burn and this modifier and that modifier. That's fun, but that's not the only thing I want. However, if you don't think the raids are all that, or you don't enjoy them that much, or whatever the case might be, maybe you don't even raid because you can't get 6 people together, or whatever, maybe you think it's too hard, then the Prison of Elders will probably be enough for you. It will probably keep you busy, and you'll probably enjoy it a lot. So for that type of person, I think the Prison of Elders will be good enough, and it will most likely satisfy them, and that's what I think Bungie was trying to do here. I give them credit for trying something new and satisfying a different demographic, but I think it's kind of fucked up that they didn't satisfy the other demographic that really liked the raids, because I think that was the best PvE content in the game, and it's kind of silly for them not to deliver on that again. You know, you would think that they would try to milk the thing that people praise the most in the vanilla game and the thing people praise the most from the Dark Below, because really Crota's End was the only good content that came out of that DLC. But I feel like I'm babbling now, so I'm gonna cut the video right here. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're not feeling too shy, go ahead and drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about the Prison of Elders. Now that we've finally seen this shit, what do you think? Is it gonna be enough for you or not? Do you really need that raid? Kinda like I do. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But that's all for this one. Overman out.